Hello, happy Resurrection Day. I wanted to come on here real quick because I find a lot of Christian, so-called godly men, Christian guys, or whatever you want to call it, have really dropped the ball on chivalry. Years ago, when I was a teenager, I used to be literally the Gordon Ramsay of the parking lot. I literally called out some random stranger when I didn't think that they did a good enough job opening the door for their girlfriend or even wife. I was a brave man, and I still am to this day. That hasn't changed. But what I mean by that is if I saw a so-called man or godly man, speaking to Christian men, not, worldly men, but if I saw that and they didn't open the door for their girlfriend or wife, I would get offended. And I would literally say, open a bloody door, way across the parking lot. I mean, I didn't care. I had no filter. Times have changed, thank goodness, since then. I just frown upon it, and then I pray, and I say, Lord, please bless that guy with some sort of intelligence of chivalry. But I mean, can I just say it? It pisses me off when you've got a so-called godly man, guy, dating girlfriend, wife, and they just let her get her own door. I remember being 5 years old in London, England, in our home. We hadn't moved to Mississippi at all. I think that was about 4 or 5 years down the road. And my dad came home in a 1972 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2. And the difference between the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow 2 that he had and the others were this one was supercharged. It was a beautiful, like electric blue, metallic. It had two-tone silver on the hood and trunk lid. And it was a beautiful car, cream leather interior, oaks, whatever. And he would teach me at 5 how to properly open the door, and we would reverse roles to see if I got it. And it wasn't to be stern and harsh. It was to be showing me very gently, at even 5 years old, how to properly open the door for a lady. When I have a girlfriend later on in life, James, if she has a short dress or mini skirt, make sure you put a jacket back there with her so you can cover her knees. So when you help her, you open the door with your right hand, you extend your left. And if she does have a short dress or mini skirt, James, look over the roof of the car so she doesn't feel uncomfortable. If you're protecting somebody or a famous artist or whatever, and she has a mini skirt, make sure the paparazzi see your back. You'll cover the entrance to the door. You'll put the coat over her, and then you'll escort her out, and that way she's fine. Ladies are very particular about their makeup and hair, James. So if it's raining, make sure an umbrella is right there and you're covering her at all times. Yes, sir. I'm here to tell you at 49 years old, chivalry does exist. And you don't have to be from England to be a gentleman. You can be from right here in Mississippi and be a Southern gentleman. What do I do now when I see a so-called man not open the door for their girlfriend? And, women here in Mississippi are incredibly beautiful. Texas has incredibly gorgeous women. But Mississippi have got some of the finest, if I may say it like that. I've got a friend of mine that I joke with from time to time. He's a bit younger than I am. His girlfriend is incredibly beautiful. I think she's a former cheerleader, but she is, and she holds herself and carries herself very well. She has wonderful parents, and he does too. But he doesn't always get her door. And I did one day. I said, hold on, let me show you how to do this. And I looked at her, and I won't say her name, but I opened her door and I said, there you are. And, got her in. And she's like, yeah, why don't you do what James? And it's been kind of a joke since with him and I. But at first I was kind of sad, I was frowning upon it. And I we joke about it now, but, how many of you ladies think that chivalry or being a gentleman, we don't exist? Well, I'm here to tell you we do. And it's not just based on the parents. You could develop that later on in life if you choose to do so. But I remember guarding famous people, and ladies especially, and being their personal bodyguard. And I remember It wasn't just safety, it was comfort. And still today, I'm single. I remember when I was married to that person, my ex, I would make sure from our first date night to the last encounter that I opened her door. And the children will often say, "Why did you do that in the rain?" I say, "Because that's what gentlemen do. They look after those they love." Of course, we all know how that ended, and even she even said, that's my blessing, and I'm to take care of him. And of course, yeah, we all saw that happen. But chivalry does exist, ladies, and I don't want you to give up hope yet.